Well, today I was going to replace the tires on the Tiger. I just want to take this moment to kind of like remark on these stock tires. These are the Bridgestone Battlax A41 tires. And they're the familiar tires that come from the factory with the bike. And a lot of people like to, say, hey, look, change them. They're no good for anything. The thing is, if you're riding mostly on road and you're not going off-road, or you're going on the odd fire road, these tires are perfectly adequate. They're 90-10 tires. They claim to be 90-10 tires. And they're perfectly adequate for most of the people who buy the Tiger 900 Rally Pro. Even though this is a very competent off-road bike, most of the people that buy this bike will never ride it off-road. So the factory has got to put something that's black and round and rubber on the bike to sell it. So you might as well pick a decent tire that is going to suit most of the people, because you know that they're going to change the tires anyway to suit their exact purpose. So I've had these tires on the bike for something like 13,000 going on 13,200 miles. So it's 13,100 and change. And I was going to go and change them over to these tires that just came this week. So I settled on the Scorpion Rally STR because, like I said, I'm not interested really in off-road riding. I'm an on-road rider. I may want to go off-road occasionally to get to a campsite or something, but these are the tires that I decided to go with. And they're 80-20, 70-30, depending on who you talk to. And yeah, I mean, they're a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more knobby than these stock tires. But the point that I'm making is that the stock tires, they still got a little bit of meat on them. At 13,200 miles, let's take a reading. This has 3 millimeters. You probably can't read that, but guarantee you, it's 3 millimeters, okay? 3 millimeters on the back wheel. The replacement depth is 2/32 of an inch. It works out to be 1.6 millimeters, okay? So let's take a reading in front on this tire and see what it says. Neither tire are down to the wear bars, but this is telling me that it's at 3 millimeters as well. This one's 3 millimeters as well. I'm gonna take close-up pictures of the tread and let you see what they are. At 3 millimeters remaining. But the point is, I've got a long distance ride coming up, maybe in another 2-3 weeks. And when I say long distance, I'm going to northern Arkansas. And I think I'm going to be putting probably about, say 1,600 miles on that trip. So another 1,600 miles on these tires. Easy. I think it can do it easy. The thing is, by the time I come back from that trip, it'll be worn down to where I will probably want to replace them. But I have a feeling that it's still not going to be down to the wear bars. So I'm not going to replace these tires today, even though the temperature is perfect to do a replacement using the Rabaconda. And that's another thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to test this Rabaconda that I've got sitting here for the last couple of years. I'm going to be using that for the very first time to change these tires on the Tiger. My plan is to actually, change the front tire first, because I think that might be a little bit easier than the rear tire to change. So I'll change the front tire first, and then, learn on the front tire and then change the back tire. I'll get at least 14,000 miles plus 15,000 miles out of these two tires on the Tiger. I think that performance-wise, while riding, it's been a great tire. It's a good tire in the dry. It's not the best tire in the wet. I've managed to do a little bit of a wheel spin going straight with the Tiger, and the Tiger doesn't have oodles of power. I've got enough. But yeah, on the city roads, I managed to get a wheel spin on the back tire, and this was, you know, thousands of miles ago. This was when the tire was much younger. I managed to get a little bit of wheel spin, just accelerating off from a traffic light, I believe. And I'm saying, that's I've never had that before. Even with the RS, it's got a lot more power. So in the corners, it's a really good tire. It handles very well, very quiet, very smooth, easy wearing, no cupping in the front tire, and very satisfactory tire. Bridgestone Battlax A41. For me, it's a great tire. And as you can see, it's long wearing, 14,000 miles, and they're wearing fairly evenly. The front and the rear, for me, for my style of riding, the front and rear are going to wear out around the same time. So that is good. You don't have to kind of like mix and match new tires and old tires. So I think it's a great tire. I know that a lot of people are probably going to disagree, and but they have their different riding styles. They have their different surfaces that they're going to ride on. They probably go off-road a lot more than I do. I commute. I still work. And, you know, I'm a street touring, I'm a sport touring type person. And I go camping. Well, so far I've been going camping in state parks. But so there's no real off-road riding involved. And if that's the case, then this tire is perfectly adequate. Thumbs up for the Bridgestone Battlax A41s.